Good morning, this is Jim with Red Jeep Overland. My first Jeep, I love these things. I should have got started with them a lot earlier than this. They're just amazing. So much fun to drive, and they tow really well. But the main purpose of this video is that I'm sure you've seen a lot of shorts and a lot of videos about the NJStar camper. And it took me about 4 months, but I managed to get one. Long story there, which I'll go into later, but the long and the short of it is I had it imported through an import company. You really need an import broker to help you with this. I used something called Breeze Customs, and then the last mile portion of it, which you learn about as well, it was done by Cartage out of Houston or Pasadena or someplace like that. Anyway, I'll have a link in the description. So this is the NJStar. It's pretty amazing camper. It's made out of aircraft aluminum, which makes it a little heavier than you would like, but it's is also a very safe place to sleep. If you think there's wild animals around you, you can just drop the top of it, and there's plenty of room inside it to go ahead and do what you need to do, make up the bed, use the bathroom, whatever you need to do. So that was one of the main reasons I got it. I had an incident when I was camping in Yellowstone a few years back in a pop-up camper, and a few more things. I went ahead and went with this articulating hitch, the D05. Really pretty nice. Works really well. It's very easy to hook up. Press a little button and it closes the latch on an unusual hitch ball. And so I was thinking that would cut down on theft. And at the same time, it works really well in off-road situations. The other thing I want to make mention of is that there's a water system in here. It has about, I don't know, 32 gallons of water in it. But the challenge is that most campgrounds in the U.S. and even some dispersed spots consider anything coming out of a trailer that has a reservoir to be a biohazard. Has something to do with the fact that stagnant water inside the trailer creates, I don't know, an environment for the growth of, I don't know, bacteria or something. But at the end of the day, since there is no gray water tank in the trailer, then you have to put your own external tank on. And you can see here that we've got, I don't know, I think it's a 17-gallon tank, and on big wheels there. And if you need to roll it off to a dump site, you can do that. And I understand from the advertisements on Amazon where I bought this that it's supposed to last up to about 17 days, I guess. So depending on how many showers you take, obviously. Now, all the water in this camper drains through one little valve down there. And since this is the first time I've tried this, I need to go ahead and put an elbow on that so that it drains directly into the tank. But it's not a big deal. Just one more thing to overcome. And if you got in a really dispersed site, I guess out in the middle of the desert, I don't think that they would mind if it drained directly into the site. Although I understand that since everything drains out of there, including the shower soap and oil from washing pans and this sort of thing, that it is better if you collect it, I guess. The other thing is that because of the balance issues with this trailer, because the majority of the weight is in the back where the batteries are and a lot of heavy stuff, you end up putting a lot of weight in this front compartment, which is of course locked. So let's see, got a key around here someplace. So what I've done is I've just stuffed everything in this compartment. You can see down here I also have a bag of shot to add more weight, and all the heavy tools, everything else is in this compartment, just to kind of offset for that balance. So what I did was, I'll put a link in the description, but I bought a postage scale that is takes up to 400 pounds, and what I do is I hook it up to the hitch. I put the postage scale underneath the wheel, crank the wheel down, lift it off the hitch, and then you can get a pretty good idea of what the tongue weight is. And in theory, it needs to be about 10 to 15% of the overall weight of the trailer. And since the trailer weighs about 3,000 pounds, then you're looking at 300 pounds on the ball. And the closest I've come is to about 210, I guess. It is difficult to get to that weight because, as I said, there's a little bit of an imbalance, but it's manageable. And I made it all the way from Houston to Austin, and that was with the weight way off. The tongue weight was 85 kilograms, and it needed to be closer to 110 or 120, so it's doable. So anyway, we've got the pull-out kitchen here, which we've used the sink portion of it, but haven't used the burner yet because we just like to. We have a little independent stove that we use, so that's kind of taken care of for us. Also, for us, we didn't have. There's just the two of us, so we don't have any kids traveling with us. So as a result, we don't really open up the front of it. We use that space for a microwave and convection oven and air fryer, which really comes in handy. The other thing I did was go ahead and put in additional batteries. It's important for you to use gel cells when they have it shipped to you, but of course you eventually want to put in lithium, which is what I did. And let me go and open this compartment. Let me open this compartment when I unlock it. So they have a strut here that keeps this open, but it's just easier for me if I can just lift it straight up, because I'm a little on the tall side, so it makes it easier for me to get down to do what I need to do. So you can see that I've got the lifetime lithium, what is it, 230 amp hours, and I've got two of them. I went ahead and placed another one on the other side, which turns out there's plenty of room for that. And also, if you kind of peek off to the right here, you see what looks like a router and some switches down there for a terminal block that I installed. And that controls both the Starlink, which, let me see if I can get a picture of it for you here. It's one of the standard flat Starlink mounts, and as it turns out, the baggage compartment that they have on the back, which you'll definitely want to get the upper lid for, is a perfect mounting surface for that, because the roof is pretty much consumed with solar, so there's not much room there for that. And then the other thing I added was a backup camera, which is a must if you're getting into campsites, especially late at night, and you need to navigate things. This makes it super easy. I also got the bike rack, which you see on the back here, which also was an option. And yeah, traveling down to the bottom here, you can see the heater. It's one of the standard truck heaters that again is super pervasive on Amazon. Works really well, and just in terms of metrics, let's see, it's for 1 gallon of diesel, you can get about 10 hours of heating. So this thing carries a little over 2 gallons, about 2.5 gallons, and so it's good for, like, you know, a couple days, a little bit more maybe, if you need it. And so yeah, we tried that out. That works really good. Let me go ahead and open the compartment on the other side, and you can see where I stashed that second battery. Also on this side, if you've seen the ads, is the air conditioner and the heater. So you pretty much have to, like, keep this thing open all the time. That's why I kept the compression struts on here, just because it's it has to stay open. Okay, so let's see what else was going to show you. One other thing, which is the gas bottle in front. This is standard propane, and they have it set up for a 10-gallon propane. And what I did was convert it so that it could be used with a 20. You can see there's actually room in here for that. Just a side note, if you do something like this, when you peel up the cover on the bottom, there's 4 bolts that go into the frame. And if you pop those bolts out, then this whole area just becomes loose. So it's very easy for you to move around detachment points and stuff like that. So anyway, looks like dinner is about ready. Please like and subscribe if you're interested in the overland adventure topics. I'll also be publishing content on renewable energy harvesting components from electric cars, for RVing, and Jeep build-outs, the camping experience across the Southwest. If you have any questions about the import process or what mods I've made, please post in the comments section and I'll respond.